What's up, guys? It's Phantom Coasters, and today I'm back with a bit of a different kind of video from my usual rundown. So you've probably heard by now that Six Flags Magic Mountain is removing this coaster right in front of you, Green Lantern First Flight. This doesn't completely surprise me, but it also does, because now West Coast Racers, when it opens, will not be their 20th roller coaster. And I'm not really terribly surprised about this being removed, because I don't know one person that really liked it. And so I've heard awful things about it. I have yet to read it, or I haven't read it myself, and I never will now. But the reviews I heard about it were really bad. But now it's getting removed, and so no more bad reviews, I guess. But I'm here to talk about what could replace it, because a bunch of people, or well, not a bunch, but a few different people have already talked about it getting removed and their thoughts on that. And I'm not going to give my thoughts on that because, I haven't even been to this park. So I can't really say a whole lot about it. But I'm going to talk about what I think could go in there instead. And so, yeah, let's get into it. So my first idea is kind of the one that everybody's thinking. And that is an S&S 40 free spin in the exact same space. It's like right along here. And if you are unaware what an S&S 40 free spin is, it is the Joker models all over Six Flags parks, or the Batman the Ride model at Fiesta, Texas. It's that style. Basically the same ride, except made by a different company and a lot better. So that's the first one that pretty much everybody thinks of first. And I think this is simultaneously the most likely and least likely option, because it would basically just be the same ride, but better. And half the GP wouldn't know the difference. Half the GP would walk up and just be like, oh, look, Green Lantern First Flight got a repaint. And so I don't see that happening. Plus they have another 4D coaster in the exact same park, which is X2. Let me find it. Where is it? I'm on Google Earth right now, if you can't tell. Here it is. They have this, which is also a 4D coaster. And so they don't really need another 4D coaster. So I think that definitely could happen, and it would be a pretty good fit at the park. But I don't see them going with that. So what I'm thinking is they also have this Shoot the Rapids ride, this Intamin Shoot the Rapids, right next to it. And it looks kind of old, and Shoot the Rapids are kind of phasing out. You're seeing them removed at a lot of different parks now, and I just don't think this one would stay around a whole lot longer. The only issue I would have with it getting taken out is that would just be another one of Magic Mountain's non-roller coasters getting taken out. Because if you don't know, Magic Mountain has a lot of roller coasters, more roller coasters than any other park in the world, but they don't have a lot for the families or flat rides or anything like that. So if this did get taken out, it wouldn't be ideal, I guess, but it could open the way for some good possibilities, which I want to talk about in this video. And I already talked about one of those, and the next one I have, which I also think is pretty unlikely, is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster or Eurofighter. And the reason I think this is unlikely is because Knott's Berry Farm is a park in the same state, semi-close, and it just got a Gerstlauer Infinity/Dive this year. And so I don't know if I see Magic Mountain getting something so similar to that, so close to that. Maybe in the long term they'll get something along those lines, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. And so staying with that of getting Tidal Wave removed, or I don't know what it's called, but the Shoot the Rapids ride removed, I think we could see something from Mac. And I have a few different ideas with this. And I think a multi-launch would be a good fit if it weren't for West Coast Racers coming in this year. And so I don't think that would be a great fit now that you have West Coast Racers and Full Throttle and Superman, which are all launch coasters. There are probably more that I'm forgetting, I don't know. But I do think there is another option from Mac that would be a great fit in this space and at the park. And that is the original Extreme Spinning Coaster model. I'll put that up on your screen right now if you don't know what I'm talking about. So this is the Extreme Spinning Coaster. It's a concept that Mac Rides came up with, and they showed it off at IAAPA in 2017. And it was one of the few announcements that really wowed a lot of people. And one of these actually got put in a Silver Dollar City, but it was not this exact model. And looking at it right now, you can see it's pretty small and compact, and I think it could be a great fit in the small area that Six Flags Magic Mountain has to offer. So going back to Google Earth now, you can see how that could kind of fit in diagonally along this area. And I think the queue could just easily slide in right over here. And I think it would be a great fit at the park too, because they really don't have anything exactly like that. They do have a lot of launch coasters, but they don't have a spinning coaster. And I think it would be a pretty darn good fit at the park. But besides that, I have one more thing that I want to talk about, and that is what quite a few people have said Magic Mountain needs. And I personally don't think it would need this, but I do think it would fit, and that is a dive coaster. Now, I think we could be seeing, if this did happen, I think it would be a lot like Mako coming to SeaWorld San Diego, or Valkyria that's now at Elyseeburg. It would be a really good fit at the park, like I said. You have two B&Ms right next to it, Batman over here, and Riddler's Revenge right here, a B&M invert and stand-up. And I think they could easily come up with a layout that would fit in here, super similar to like Valkyria. Nothing too huge, because I don't know, knowing Magic Mountain, they would want to break a record. But if they put it in this space, it would not be record-breaking, because there just isn't room. And also, Yukon Striker is opening this year, and that's a record-breaking dive coaster. And it is massive, and at the current moment in time, Six Flags Magic Mountain doesn't have a whole lot of space that they could do something that big. But I think they could absolutely do a smaller 100, maybe even 150-foot dive coaster in this space, probably with vest restraints like B&M has been using really recently. And I think it would be a great fit at the park, a decent ride, nothing too special, but it would be a great fit at the park. And I think that would be a really good option. And I think that's definitely the most likely of the four options I've talked about. I also think the Extreme Spinning Coaster could be an option. The likely ones are a little more on the pricey side, and Six Flags doesn't always like to spend a whole lot of money. But I think if it was for the 20th coaster, they might do something more. And I don't know, it could be something much bigger. They could go with like a hyper coaster, or it could be just flat rides. You never really know. We'll just have to wait and see. But comment down below your thoughts on this video. What do you think could be added in place of Green Lantern? And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.